Hello there, my name is Jason Nguyen. I am currently walking to my local grocery store. It happens to be the closest grocery store, but that doesn't stop it from being maybe 2-3 blocks, and there are numerous difficulties walking from my house to the grocery store because I go everywhere barefoot. As I'm walking, I am likely to step on splinters and glass and all kinds of other things. However, my posture is erect. I do not have blocks on my feet that I could potentially twist my ankles, something I am largely prone to. And for personal reasons, I happen to find it incredibly hedonistic, both for the the charge that I can incur on my nervous system through living in an electronic world, as well as because I enjoy feeling the earth everywhere I step, and I feel like it makes me more sure-footed, as well as decreases back pain and numerous other things. However, my purpose for this walk today is to speak to some local management of this grocery store, because due to company policy, and because of the nature of the world we live in, it becomes necessary to take one's liability into one's own hands because it is assumed nobody will take it for themselves. And so companies, like the grocery store I'm heading to, frequently have to make policies that protect themselves. I understand this very well and I'm completely respectful of this. However, when it comes to differing opinions, especially in regards to feet, it becomes important also to let said companies know that I'm willing to waive all liability. And since their company policy is usually based on the safety of the company financially through liabilities, from liabilities, it becomes necessary once in a while to present liability waivers in an attempt to negotiate with grocery stores to allow them to continue my lifestyle, which up until the grocery store is completely unimpeded by all sorts of obstacles, as one could see by, again, looking at the fact that I am comfortable walking through the street despite what damages I might incur. Now, it's worth mentioning that because I've been doing this for so long, my general walks do not incur any damages whatsoever. And this is because I have developed very thick calluses on my feet that in many regards act thicker than sandals that people wear on their feet, who have much thinner toes than I do, lying just above those thin sandals. I could make the argument that because they wear minimalist shoes and will accept minimalist shoes as shoes in grocery stores, and they range from 8 millimeters thick to all the way down to 2 millimeters thick, that the 2 millimeter or 3 millimeter thickness of the pads of my feet should account for wearing shoes. Now I hear what you're saying. Hygiene is another concern, but hear this. Nobody washes their shoes before walking in your grocery store. And because they don't typically wash their shoes when they get home, unlike my feet, they tend to accumulate far more disgusting things on their shoes than I could ever possibly incur just simply walking to the grocery store. And what's more, because my feet are being constantly aerated, they tend to actually be much cleaner than most people's feet who are locked in humid, damp, and dark boxes. So I am recording this video as further evidence for you so that you may witness the truth of my claims that this is a lifestyle choice and not something I am just doing for kicks or for some sort of posturing or internet acknowledgement. I am gonna go ahead and spend the rest of my walking barefoot, because this is what I do, and will cut off the video upon entering the store so that I can further use this as evidence for the legitimacy of my claims. See, I think that if I'm comfortable walking out here with all the stuff going on, construction, glass, random fragments of things throw out of their cars that get run over and turn into sharp implements. If I'm comfortable with all these things, what harm could your grocery store bring me that I haven't incurred a million times over on my walk to the grocery store? That is the question I'd like to leave you with. Today, I am bringing a proposal for a liability waiver. I've included several facets in this liability waiver, sloppily written up by hand, but should be legible, for the management of this grocery store. And the liability waiver should, hopefully, especially under the guidance of a notary, be presented in a comfortable fashion to the management and excuse them of any feeling of concern that may be incurred by my entering their grocery store. Now, while some grocery stores are far too busy for them to recognize individual customers in this way, I have been noted multiple times entering this grocery store. At least 4 times I've entered this grocery store barefoot. Each time they have explained to me the store's policy, and I've told them that I've heard their store's policy and I'm taking this liability upon myself. And I have, since the 3rd time, actually been noticed and mentioned to all of the staff. It's worth mentioning that one of the store's concerns frequently in the past have been people seeing my bare feet. But it's worth mentioning that every time I go to the grocery store, I have at least 4 people comment on it, giggling and thinking it's wonderful that I feel so comfortable in myself. Now, I am just about to walk up to the grocery store and think that it's probably best if I cut the video off just so it's not distracting me while I'm talking to them. However, I may play it by ear. Maybe they would prefer I do this on camera. But I'm also not trying to make a spectacle of them. I am trying to be respectful. Yeah, maybe I should go ahead and shut it off when I get there. In either case, I am just about to the front door. One of their main concerns recently has been the fact that I've been coming in while they've been doing construction. I walk through construction sites barefoot all the time, and I'm not dismayed by this. I feel like it is upon me to determine my own safety, that our legalities have formed around the idea that we could drop our responsibility on the next higher umbrella is disgusting to me, and I feel for these higher umbrellas and the dignity this must steal from them in having to impose such regulations on their people. I'm here to maybe give them a small opening in this, in possibly hoping to make a difference in the world and the kinds of things that we allow to take place. Here we are. I would show you the sign of the grocery store. Oh, nope, here it is. Save on Foods. Here we are. Save on Foods. And here I go, entering the grocery store, signing off.